So, just a little quick update before we get into the analysis. We're going to be back doing almost daily videos. They're going to be analysis, altcoin videos, giveaways, go over scams. We're going to be doing our podcasts with, companies, exchanges, and all that great stuff. Let me get out of here and let me, I should have posted, just give me a second. I need to post the live video into the Discord and we are ready to roll. So let me just do that. And for everybody here and watching, thank you for being patient. I know we've been gone for a little bit of time. Got us, everything set up into the office. This is like my standing area. I have the, the trading setup there. I have my green screen to the left. And then this is kind of like my standing desk. I got the big Tony Robbins poster in the back. So let's get it. This is the website. We got to do some updates. So where did we leave off? What Bitcoin's exploded. We've been telling you guys buy. And now we're at 16K. So let's look at, I wanted to pull up coin market cap right now and check out a few things before we go into Bitcoin. We're going to go into Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, pretty much, all the coins we can. And we're going to go into the total market cap as well. And Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, 64.8%. With people think I'm crazy, but I do think that you can see this chart. It doesn't lie itself. Look, we've broken this top right here, and it looks like, Bitcoin's dominance is just going to keep growing. And I honestly don't think it would be crazy if we tested 86%, if we tested this zone, maybe here, and we kind of use this as resistance, like 81 to 86%, even all the way to 90%. I think that's how much, Bitcoin will dominate the whole market cap. And if we're looking at the total crypto market cap, you can see that we are obviously like gearing into a bull market where we're breaking these resistance, these zones right here. So you can see, I'll put some lines right here. And you can see that a lot of money is just coming into the market. I mean, we could like credit PayPal for that because PayPal has 300 plus million users, I think it was, and now they're allowing people to buy Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, I think Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, all the basic ones, but you're not actually able to take it off PayPal, which is like mind-boggling because it's just sitting on your PayPal account. That's not cool. You might as well just buy the asset, but it is cool that they've exposed, cryptocurrencies to all their customers. And you can see that, honestly, this is just moving up. We're breaking these past, highs. Where was this? $331 billion. And now we are at 465. We still have pretty much halfway to go. Well, not halfway, we're more than halfway there, but $760 billion. We still have about $300 billion to go. Bitcoin's about 24% away from all-time high. The alts are kind of lagging. We could look into market cap excluding Bitcoin and see if there's like a correlation. If the alt market is coming soon, we could look at that last. So let's look at Bitcoin. We're going to use the MSR to kind of look at signals. I'm going to use the MSR to look at signals on all the assets we look at. So we'll bust it down in smaller time frames. So like we'll see, is it a buy on the 1 day, on the 4 hour, on the 2 hour, on the 1 hour, on the 15 minutes. We'll look if they're buy and sells, but then we'll look at like the overall picture as well. I'm going to look at like the long-term chart and make sure that we are good to go. I just want to make sure. 15 minutes, we'll look if they're buy and sells. Perfect. But then wanted to make sure that the live is actually going because we were having some problems with it yesterday. So let's look at this on the monthly. I'm going to take MSR away actually, and I'm going to add my TI sequential. So right here by the great Tone Vays himself. And when we started, well, we've been, breaking this down for a long time now, but what I noticed here was that we did, when this was March, March, we had that large crash and we retraced everything and more. Now that's important. This is on the monthly. If I go on the weekly, you'll see more of like a V. Obviously, there's more candles, but this is on the monthly. So we had that large crash and everything plus more we got back. And why I wanted to note, why I put the TI is because you see that we got the green 2, and then that was finished. The green 2 month closed, we had a 2/1, and that initiates an uptrend. That's a buy signal in itself. Would you jump right on it like that? Maybe you want to look at a few more signs. So you can see here as well that we busted this top right here, and we kept moving. We'll break it down and we'll dig deeper into this. But once I saw the 2/1, and I looked back and I saw that how many times did we have the 2 form and what happened after. And you can see here that this one went up. And then in the bull market, it did 3 times. It did the sequence 3 times, 1 to 9, 1 to 9, and then 1 to 8 here before we actually had the bear market. So I was like, okay, we have the 2/1. We haven't seen that in a little bit, and when we did previously, it went up. Simple as that. So while we were moving, Bitcoin did some pretty serious moves, to be honest. So we were getting the office set up. Aside from our portfolio, we weren't able to do a lot of trades, margin positions and things like that, and long or short, but like it's still on par with our analysis. And this is still on par with, where I think Bitcoin's going to go. So if we're looking at an analysis now, like, should I enter now? Is it too late? I still think Bitcoin's going to break 50, 100K, 150K. 2021 is going to be crazy. We still, with COVID and the presidential campaign in the US, which I really don't care about, there's still a lot of uncertainty. So we can see here that this is huge to me. The monthly candle, if this closes in 16 days above these candles here, that's super big for me. So if we close above here on the monthly candle and then start using this as resistance, that's huge to me. And I'm gonna save this photo and post it in the Discord because I didn't even notice that. Like I said, we just got back, and that's a nice, I like that. I like the looks of this. If we hold on to this, bro, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Look at this. We break above here. If this holds and we start trading against, this is just, we're ramping up for a huge move right now. This is sexy. Anyways, let's get into the weekly. We'll look at the 2 weeks. We can look at the 3 weeks. 2 weeks. Line's not as sexy anymore. But you can see that we are moving there. The TD sequential, that worked perfectly as well here. When you get the 9, it's a sell. You have this, this little doji. If I could zoom in, actually. And then you have the bearish engulfing candle actually to confirm it. So that was a pretty nice trade if you caught the 9 in this candle and then you got into that. But don't let it, take you away from the fact that we are moving into a bull market. So would you be trading 9s in a bull market, like trying to sell? I like to follow the trend. So maybe you take a quick scalp there, a quick, short there, but I wouldn't be in anything too long, especially with the raging bull market right now. So what I want to show you guys is if we go on the weekly, and just bear with me. I haven't actually done this in 3 months, so trying to do my best. So let's change this into the line graph, and I want to show you guys that this is kind of the resistance. Should we do it on the daily? Let me go on the 2 weeks. No. 1 week, 8 days, 5 days, you know. Yeah, 17.2. I want to just check on the daily if this is kind of, yeah, right here. This is kind of the next resistance point that I have. The next major resistance that I have. And let's put a line right there. So, I was looking for a few things to break. The first one, which I was telling everybody, was the local high in the summer, which was 13.4K. 13.4. Let me just check right now. So that was the first point that we wanted to break. When we broke that, bro, Bitcoin just like moved. So let me go back to candles. The first point was this summer, exactly right here. And the high was almost 13. Yeah, no. The high was 13.9, almost 14K. So that was the kind of point that I was looking to break right here. This high. And once we broke this high, so let me put a line there too. You can see, oops, don't want to move that line. You can see how like this was perfect. We actually weren't able to break above here, but when we did, Bitcoin just said bye-bye. That's pretty much it. Did we get a tap? No, we broke through. We didn't get a retest. So, some people like to do like breakaway trades. So you can put a buy here. You would have got into the buy and, say bye to the entry point, you're in profit right away. So that's pretty much it. You don't get a retest to get like that sweet buy, get that kiss in. I want to see. Yeah, it's pretty good. We can put it however we wanted, but we didn't get that retap in. So that was kind of the first point I was looking for. When we broke that, there's not a lot of resistance anymore. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of solid resistance here. In 2018, when we were in these prices, not 2018 actually, 2017 and 8, let me get back. Where am I? Yeah, no, that's my bad. Originally here, when we did get to those prices, we didn't really hold any levels and it was like very volatile. We crashed from 20K, what was it, to 17 or 13? We went to 10 right off the bat, 10.8, and then back up to 17K. That's crazy. From 20K to 10, basically 11K. So 90, not 90%, 50%, about 50% of a retracement. And that's what I'm telling people. With Bitcoin, you can see 50% of a retracement, even in a bull market. We saw it when China banned ICOs. We saw it like at, was it 5K, 7K, and you get them and it happens super friggin' quick. We have a lot of more. I was going to say we have a lot of more money in the market. It's not actually true. We looked at the total market cap, and we're actually at about 450 billion. So, it could get swooped very quickly, especially with PayPal. We're close to all-time highs. You can see a lot of people, retail traders, are trying to get in and like not miss out. But like we've been telling you guys to buy at 3K, 5K, 10K, and now the prices are pretty high, close to all-time high, and people just generally flock to that. So yeah, this was our kind of main area. And I told my buddy, this is the point I'm watching. When we break this local high, we've kind of broken the, the lower lows, the lower highs, and we're just moving up into a new trend. And that was the case. When we broke that, we kind of just been pushing since. And my next target, after we hit 16.3, is now 17.3. And I don't think we have much resistance going, much resistance until we get there. So I see 17.3 pretty easily. After that, I do think that we might see like a sweep. We might see a large pullback. We'll liquidate people who jumped in at 16, 17, 18K are going to be like, holy man, that was probably a bad decision. And they're going to sell at a loss before we just bust into this, like, bull market, into the largest bull market we've ever seen. And that's what I honestly think is going to happen. I think that, yeah, we will see a sweep. We'll see a large push down, maybe some negative news. maybe COVID, maybe presidential campaign. They'll group this together, the whales, whenever they have the best chance to do it. They'll push the market down as quick as possible, as low as possible, and they'll liquidate as many people to take your Bitcoins before it's the last chance they get to do this. So that's really my thought process here in this area. Let's go to MSR now. I'll remove the drawing. Actually, I'll just remove the drawing tool. So on the daily, you got to buy at 10K, 16K. That's a good buy. That's a good buy. Let's move to the 4 hour. I like the 4 hour. And the 4 hour, you nailed these buys. Like this was COVID and it was 8,200 you shorted. It went to 3,500. We all know that. And then you got the buy on the 4 hour at 96. You were bought in May. You got the signal in May with MSR and you didn't do anything. I mean, obviously, if you are like monitoring your trade and you're adding to it, removing from it, taking profit, just whatever it be, you'll obviously be looking at it. But aside from taking the trade, you were just in there for May. So MSR nailed this and nailed this trade too. Let's look at the last few trades. Okay, so it nailed this buy as well. And that looks like it did well on the previous sell. Right here. 10K down to 8K, down to 9K, back up, back down, and now we've been in a buy since $9,000 and almost at 100% with leverage. Wow, that's a very, very nice trade, So let's get to the 2 hours. 2 hours, similar as well. It's more signals, obviously, more noise you can see, but you still got that nasty buy at 11.9. You got a lot of no trend here and sells. Was this in September? Okay. More careful. I'll have to edit the settings because I have it on. I have something switched over. Is it on 24, 48? Oh, okay. Time multiplier is on 48. Okay. No, that's normal then. So that's pretty much on the 2 hours. So the 4 hour, the day was buy. The 4 hour was buy. The 2 hour is buy. Let's look at the 1 hour. 1 hour is a buy, I could tell. And that's a nasty buy on the 1 hour. So with this, like you would be buying, let me show you as well. Every time you get the opportunity, it falls onto the 200 EMA, like here, that's you're adding to the position and you could take profit in the cloud. So it's like you added here, went up, you added here, went up, and you potentially have just added here. If you're lucky, if you're on top of that. So 1 hour is a serious buy as well. And like these buys have been in for months, September, October, November. We're gearing into December now. So it's like, after we've been up almost 300% from March. And now I see a lot of friends asking me, hey, I have a couple $100,000. Should I put it in Bitcoin? And it's like, man, I've been telling you, man. Why did you miss 3K, 5K, 6, 7, whatever? It's all right. But I have a feeling that like it's going to get pulled under people and like people will panic and people will be like, damn, I should have never did it. I should have never bought it. And like, those noob like feelings, you know what I mean? So let's go into Ethereum. Actually, I want to go into XRP first. So XRP, because I'm going to do XRP quick. And if anybody has like, any coins they want me to see, any analysis they want me to do, post it below. And then I'll get on top of that. So let's look at XRP. Let's get MSR out of here. And let's look at the weekly. Aside from that, I posted this in the Discord yesterday. I posted in the Discord yesterday, and here's proof. I said RSI is building up, which we're going to go into. This is yesterday at 10:46, and it's up. It went up about 8%. And then it came back down. So, but at the end of the day, you have a better entry. So what I saw on the weekly was this is grinding against the 50 EMA. You can see here, and I was like, it broke down and then broke back up and it's grinding on it. And I said like, okay, the MA is like flattening out, price is grinding on it. Let's go deeper and let's see what we could see. So now I pull out the daily chart, and this is where we were yesterday. And I said like, I can see that the RSI is gearing up. You see from here, you can see that it's gearing up and it's gearing up. While prices, aside from this move, I do want to see because I do want to see, this was November 6th. So this was yesterday, November 13th. But it wasn't, it was at 25. Well, okay. If you got lucky, you hit the 9%, but it pulled back. Anyways, you can see how the moving averages are like very tight against each other. They're moving thinly. And I saw yesterday that, they're slightly starting to point up. People are starting to buy. The RSI is slowly grinding up as well. On the weekly, it's grinding. And at 25 cents for XRP, like, it's a shit coin. But like, I know the zones, and 25 cents, it'll go to 50, it'll go to 40, it'll go to 60. Maybe it'll come back down, or, maybe it splits in half. But 25 cents was a generally good area for us to buy in. And then with that little bump, it kind of secures you some, some space, some wiggle room, some breathing, whatever you want to call it. So that's pretty much it. But, we could do full analysis on XRP, but I just wanted to share that little buy right here. And I still think if you're watching this, you still have room to buy. I don't know how big of a stop loss this is, but if you bought here, yeah, about 10% under, about 10%, 11%. You'd have to obviously take the right lot size for this one, because I would like to put a stop under, just about here, like under the 200 moving day average on the daily. But I still think this is a great entry, and I still see 40 cents, 60 cents, then $1. Who knows, when Bitcoin pulls back, like I was saying, I think Bitcoin will pull back. Maybe the money goes into alts, and then alts will jump up for a little bit, because, whales are just trying to take your Bitcoins. So they'll take your Bitcoins by smashing Bitcoin down and making you fearful. And then they'll transfer their money to the alts. Alts will start jumping. You might think it's alt season, and they'll take that from you too. So you got to really watch out. This is kind of not their last chance, but they have a great opportunity at taking as many Bitcoins as they can while it's cheap. It's going to be harder for them when it's at 50K, 100K to keep moving the market like they do. And they could do it in a day. We saw it in Corona, March 12th. We saw that was a crazy day. And they can do it in a day. So when the prices get higher, it's going to be less likely for people to manipulate it that heavily. Manipulation will always be there, but that heavily, who knows? So this is, where is ETH? Let me refresh this quickly. XRP, Ethereum. So these were the resistances I was looking. Same thing here. The June 2019, that high I was looking to break. We broke above that, and we started kind of trading above that zone. Now this is the next area for Ethereum I'm looking to break. I can place like a buy stop there. So when it pushes through, I'm like doing a breakaway trade. So this is the one I was looking at. I'm going to put this baby to line. And was it like right here? No, it's where it's at right now, actually, like literally right here. So you can see that. Okay, we'll go into this one. You can see when Ethereum first started breaking out in the early 2017 or late 2017, it started bulling. And then you can see that it created a flag, a continuation pattern, and then it used this as resistance. And if we put the candles back on, you can see that it used this as like nice resistance, even came back to tap around this area, use the resistance here. And then when we did break down into the bear market, I think this was the descending triangle. No, Bitcoin had a large descending triangle, and it broke down. So right here, you can see that we weren't able to break this heavy resistance. This is, in fact, like a strong area of resistance. We weren't able to break it down. And look at how, badly. We ate it with Ethereum. So now move on to the future. We tried 2019, not a bull market, just a little pump. We try that area again. We finally break above it. Then we're zoning above this area, and now you can see that this resistance is actually, it's it's keeping true. Big rejection here. This is a big rejection, and this is literally just drawing a daily resistance using the line chart, and you can see that these areas actually, like, they mingle with each other, and it got rejected here. This is a huge rejection, and you can see right here, holy, 36%. And then, and this one is funny because it's being rejected right now with this candle. You have the not COVID. You have the bearish engulfing happening right now at the top. So, like, honestly, if this candle forms on the daily, it would be a short trade. So let me break this down. So, we are at like heavy resistance. I see a bearish engulfing candle. That's two reasons why maybe I'm gonna not take this trade. So I'll break down into like the 12-hour, and I'll see. So the 12-hour did in fact complete this bearish candle. So the 12-hour did in fact complete the bearish candle, and if I was lucky, you can see some of the bearish candles, some of the engulfing bearish candles retrace halfway. So maybe I can get a short around 465, but it would be dangerous because like we're clearly like bulling, you know what I mean? So, but this is just going off candlesticks, and we're at heavy resistance. So maybe this would be a good trade. Getting in here, it just started the one, broke this this 6 count, this TI count, and let's keep going. Let's go into the 4-hour. Oh yeah, you can see that. You see, like you could have taken the trade here. So that's why it's like on bigger time frames, you see it more clear. But when you break the move down, when you actually break the move down, you have like you can pinpoint that entry. So you can see right here, that was perfect. Resistance, it tried to get over. Maybe my line's a little skewed, but you can see here it tried to thrust over. We got denied. We tried here. We definitely got denied. You can see that. And that's like the 3 large red candles. This will initiate a downtrend right here, potentially. Not like a large downtrend, but it clearly got rejected. Let's go into the 1-hour. You can see as well, same thing. Got rejected, broke down the 50, and then we'll even go into the 15. And we're just seeing the same thing. So if I noticed that earlier, that would have been a great trade. Literally, that would have been a great trade. 4%, about $20. $20 on a quick margin trade. You can't go wrong, 4%. In the day. Anyways, so let's throw some MSR on this. Let's throw MSR on this. Let's go with the daily. I'm gonna take a look at this after, because on the 4-hour, on the 15-minute, on the 1-hour, it looks like the trade already happened. But on the daily, the trade is just starting to happen, because like this is just one candle on the daily. And if I do take the trade here and I try to get to the daily 50 MA, that's more of a 13% move. So on larger time frames, you're waiting longer, but you're seeing the whole move out. I missed minuscule compared to the larger move on the daily than like the move on the 15 minutes. So I still have some room to get in on this trade. I'm going to watch it now because just saw it. So let's see what the MSR is saying. Let us see. This was a buy at $336. MSR, thank you. Let's look at the 4-hour because I like that. I like to trade that as well. That's long on the 4-hour. Oof. Super long. What was it, like 200? 200s it gave it? 247. Almost at 100% there. Let's look at the 1-hour. Oh, that's really crazy. 411, still a good trade. Still take that all day, man. I'll take that all day. 13%. And then on the 15-minute, it's going to be crazy. 15-minute went short right now. Sheesh, what am I telling you, boys? Don't even need him, sir. Tell you guys that myself. Okay, so that went short right there. So, like I said, if it retraced higher, to get half of that bearish engulfing on the 12-hour, which we could see, I could take a short here, 460, 465, maybe closer to 470 if we see a quick wick and we get rejected here again. So and like, it's crazy. You put the chart in line graph and just look for major areas of where the price is interacting, like the price is clearly getting rejected or it's stalling there, and then just look at previous areas. And just use that for more confluence, because this hit twice, man. It hit here and it hit previously, and then they're great sells or they're great breakaway trades. If we break above it, there's usually like no room of resistance after it breaks above those heavy resistances, and then it just kind of just like passes that zone, leaves everybody in the behind. So that's pretty much it for this video. It's been a few months. Just to recap, BC Academics is back, 1,000% back. Almost daily videos. We're going to do the giveaways. We're going to do the podcasts. We're going to do the crypto, breakdowns of the trades of any coin, literally any coin you want. We're going to do altcoin videos. And then when the traveling starts up, we're going to be doing events. And more importantly, we're going to be teaching people how to trade and making money from home. And it's a skill you can't, take away. It's a lifetime skill. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you.